Okay, hi guys, Mr. User Boss here, and this is my full review of the final audio design Heaven 4 earphones. So these are pretty much by far the most expensive earphones I've ever bought, so I was pretty excited to see how they sounded, and yeah, in this video I'm going to give you all my thoughts on the earphones, things I liked, things I didn't like, and my final conclusion. So as you can see, the actual outside packaging is nothing spectacular. However, it's only when we get inside that you really see what's actually gone on here. The box itself was absolutely awesome. I mean, this is by far the best box, and to be honest, this is the kind of thing you're paying for when you buy earphones of this class. I mean, it's so cool. I mean, the actual box actually opens with the click of a button. It's very, very nice. So there's quite a lot of silicone ear tips provided, and these are quite unusual. They have a strange texture, but they're quite comfortable, and they provide a good seal, but they can irritate your ears after a bit. Also, the case was too small and the earphones didn't fit, which really does defeat the point. So looking at the base of the earphones, we have a 90-degree gold-plated headphone jack, and this is basically just perfect. The build quality is absolutely fine and it all works. Now right at the top we have the final audio design Heaven 4 earphones themselves, and as you can see, they are beautiful. I mean, they really give off that look of elegance, but at the same time they look very, very powerful. However, I would say that because they're shiny, they do attract a bit too many fingerprints for my liking, but the fact that they look so good and that they're presented so well is really going to offset that. The actual build quality is very good, but I wouldn't say it actually stands out above the crowd or that it's anything spectacular for the price. So taking into account the awesome box that doesn't fit, the sort of okayish presentation, but the outstanding looks and feel, I'm going to give this a build of 15 out of 20. So in terms of features, these things don't really have that much going for them. They don't have a volume control, they don't have a play and pause button, and they don't have a mic. So bear in mind though that these are not intended for those sort of casual users. I mean, these earphones are very, very high grade, and they're basically aimed at the people who would sort of listen at home, sort of in a studio or that kind of thing. So yeah, they're aimed at a different market. I mean, the cable also does make some noise though, and this is a little bit distracting when you're moving around, but the 90-degree headphone jack definitely is a bonus. So when it comes to sound, these things sound unlike anything I've ever heard before. So these are closed earphones, so not like the Xiaomi Pistons. Most earphones these days are closed earphones, but these have their very unique sound signature. So whereas with some earphones they're powerful and others are just really, really bassy, I would say the best word to describe these is subtle. So there's actually lots and lots of detail, like literally more detail than I've ever heard before. There's an emphasis on mids and highs and probably less on the bass, but that's why I've sort of tweaked the equalizer a little bit, because I like a very neutral sound with a slight emphasis on bass, and you can easily achieve that here. So yeah, the detail is absolutely unrivaled, and I would say that these work very, very well. However, you have to consider the price. So these come in at £139.99 UK pounds, and that basically is about 6 times the price of the Xiaomi Piston 2.0s. Do they sound 6 times better? No. Are they built 6 times better? Absolutely not. So, I mean, yes, they are very good earphones. They're the best I've ever heard, but I would not say they are fully worth the money. So I think to get the best sound out of these, you really need an amp, and it gets very expensive. And then you've got to take into account things like the cable noise, the lack of a remote and mic, and in the end, I would say no.